Okay, hello, hello. Looks like we're live. This is episode 2 of Pool of Radiance from the Gold Box setting 1988 version. So, I'm going to load save C, and there we go. So, when we left off, we had gotten into the slums and we had fought off a couple of baddies, got into our first scrap, and we just went and healed and have come back. So, looks like we have a bunch of stuff to sell off. So why don't we do that? Now, it may seem a little weird that I have to confirm that I'm selling. There's a reason for that, which you'll see later in that when you get magic items, it'll give you a whole whopping amount of stuff and then say, hey, do you want to sell this? And very often you don't. Okay, so exit. And I think my spellcaster was Yina. Yeah, items. She only has 3 darts left. So what we're going to do is we're going to pool our weapon, or pool our stuff. We're going to buy darts, a bunch of darts. 1, 2, 3, 4. In fact, I'm just going to buy so many that it's going to fill up her inventory. Then we will join them. Okay, when it says overloaded down there, that means she is has her inventory filled. So we're going to join these. Exit, and then we're going to share our money. Now, what that does is that actually collapses all the coinage into just the minimum amount of coins we need. Now, the reason for this is because encumbrance down here is sort of important in this game. So this is a feature of first edition D&D. All the stuff you carry along with you essentially sticks around in your inventory and weighs you down. The base movement per combat in first edition D&D is 12, and then if you look at their movement for this character, his movement is 9. Now this is banded mail, because the maximum movement you can have for banded mail is 9. Now, I think I said last time that I would explain why I wanted banded mail versus splint mail, and then I forgot to do it because, of course, I did. The reason why is because splint mail has a max movement of 6. So, banded, I think, is like 10 gold pieces more expensive, but it's worth it in terms of movement when you get into combat. Now, if you are heavily over encumbered, you start to lose movement. Oh, we have 6 people to fight now. How fun. You know what? We just bought a bunch of darts. Let's pick on the person we've already hit. Okay, so, as I explained last time, what's going on here is that technically you can throw up to 3 darts per round. And if you hit with 1 and kill somebody, this game allows you to retarget with the next. And it looks like the icons are fixed. Fun. Move, and we are going to... Why don't we move down here and pick on this guy? Whereas you are going to pick on that guy. By the way, this game was developed before most computer mice were actually most computers actually came with mice and were used standard, or at least before. Maybe that's not true. I think that's not true. What am I thinking? It must have been before they were a standard part of games, because I don't remember a lot of games at this time actually used mice. It was mostly for like mostly for things like word processing and things like that. So orcs were actually slightly more dangerous in this than goblins, which is why I'm using my one spell per level on the orcs instead of the goblins. So if you look at the orcs, they have hit points 5 and AC 6, and the goblins actually had... you know what? I'm going to try to do something. I am going to drop the sling and pick up the longsword, broadsword. Exit. Let's see if I can do a backstab. No. Because that would make sense. Nope. Okay, share. Oh, kobolds. They're angry kobolds. Well, too bad for them. Why don't we pick on that guy? Because he was sort of in the back. He was the harder one to hit. I'm just gonna have my my magic user hang out there. Done quit. Now the reason why there's a quit there instead of guard is because she's using. Whoops, I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. Done quit is because she does not have a melee weapon, so she cannot guard. So share. Take. The short swords from kobolds are not worth taking. Exit. No. Now, the reason why I'm sort of just kicking around this little area over here, you might think I'm just like farming for gold or farming for experience points. It's actually not what I'm doing. In order to clear this area, you need to actually kill 15 encounters. Clear 15 encounters. And I don't remember how many I did last time. It's something like 12 to 15. Let's have Helen cast Cure Light Wounds. Okay, you know what? Memorize. Magic. Memorize. I may have actually already cleared this. There's a quick way to find out. I'm going to unsearch. Oh, it's nighttime. Okay. What I was going to do was I was going to go talk to the clerk, and I was going to see what they said about the issue, because they'll give you money and they'll give you gold if you actually clear the thing out. Orcs are arguing over some papers. I'm going to delay. Yeah, the orcs hit points 5, AC 6. AC 6 would be, I think, 14 in edition 5. It's 4 steps off of the 0. The base, which is 10. Now, the reason why I'm not burning a lot of darts there is because I do need them later on, and I do need to have darts later on. Now, the sling in this game doesn't actually use anything, so we're going to take clerical scroll 2 spells. So take. Okay, view. Experience points 230 per person. Search. I think I'm going to go see if the... Yeah, okay, I'm going to turn off search. That will only burn 1 minute per square instead of 10 minutes per square. because I'm going to go see the clerk and see if I've cleared that out. Yep, okay. I have not cleared out the slums yet. You know what I can do? Why don't we go sell off that junk? Okay, we're going to buy. Torvald is the one who has all that stuff. So, sell yes. Okay. Let's see here. Let's get all the way the heck up here. Okay, they don't seem to be biting, so let's move on. No. Exit. Oh. Apparently my thieves are not good enough to pick the lock. Done delay. So what delay does is that actually changes the order. No, I do not want to attack the ally. What I want to do is move so that my ally can get out, because I'm blocking in one of my characters. So AC 6 and hit points 4. That was what the Goblin Guard were in this edition of the game, this version of the game. Excuse me. So I am going to that bit. Okay, Cure Light Wounds is not going to help him. Let's bash somebody. I probably should have cast Sleep. Yay. So my magic user is going to move to here. Cast Sleep. Let's see here. Where is an opportune? I think this is a good place to do it. Now, it's worth noting that my character is not dead there. My character is unconscious. Aim, manual, and just unconscious, which means they hit her with just enough, I forget, I think him, with just enough hit points to knock him down, which is bad for him, but at least he's not dying. So in this game, you only die if you lose enough hit points to get -10. Yeah. Okay. Aim manual. Let's target one of these sleeping ones. Okay. Okay, so now one of my characters is dying. Now, normally I could stop that by using him, but I'm going to use this character here. So now that he is bandaged, he is no longer dying. We are not going to continue the battle, and now all of the hit points get shared among the the characters that are still alive. Now, this is important because I think that leather armor is actually going to be magical, I think. I don't quite remember. Exit, take. So we are going to take everything. Okay. And then there's the infamous studded leather armor, which is, not a real thing. Apparently the people who wrote D&D misunderstood the idea of brigandine armor. Okay. We're going to hightail it back for civilization. Okay, and we're going to look at what we have to sell. I'm going to be careful here, because some of this might actually be magical. Yes. Okay, exit. And we're going to sell this, and this, and this, and I'm going to show you what that costs, but I'm not selling it. Okay, sell. Yes. This may be where we have magical. Yeah, okay, so this is 1,000 gold pieces. We are not selling that sucker. We are going to ID it. No, we are not. So let's see here. If we pool all of our stuff and take. Let's see here. That would be 40 platinum, and I don't believe we have enough. One of my characters is going to buy more darts. Yeah, we'll have her buy another thing of darts. Buy. Exit. Now, when we take, yeah, we're not going to have enough to ID it. Exit. We're going to share the wealth, but Reynalo is going to undo that. So, let's see here. We have an AC of 4. So look at our items. Let's unready that and ready that, and we should have AC 3, which might keep them up a little bit more. Yeah. So let's go take a rest, because I think we're going to need it. Yes, and you know what? He just received the magical armor, so he will pay. So Helen will cast magic cast. Cannot, because she's out of spells, because doi, I used them up. Now, I'm going to try something. View, items, and she's going to unready that and ready. Ready and use. Okay, cure light wounds. I'm going to hold on to those until I need them. Anyway, rest. And magic cast. Cast it. I don't know if anybody can hear my cat meowing at me. She is quite insistent. She has been left alone all day. And if you're curious about how they calculate the time to memorize all the spells, it goes a little bit like this. For the first level spell, you have to spend 4 hours, and then 1 hour per, and then 15 minutes per spell. So memorize. Actually, it's 4 hours plus 1 per level for the first 2 levels. And then when you get to 3rd level, it takes longer to rest. And I think that's for 3rd and 4th level spells. And then when you get 5th level spells, yep, more time. So we're going to put search on, because that generally increases the likelihood of running into baddies. I think I need to run into a certain number of counters in this area in order to be marked as having cleared the slums. And I am going to navigate this area. So I thought there was something over here that you could search for, but it doesn't appear to be so. And don't you just love the wonderful graphics from the 1980s? Aha! So we just found a leather bag concealed among the stuff. Now this is something probably is not too common in the newer editions. In the first couple of editions, if you got treasure, you got the experience. Each item was worth a certain amount of gold pieces, which was listed in the Dungeon Master's Guide. And when you find them, you get the experience, the equivalent experience in gold pieces. So if a thing was 1,000 gold pieces, you would get 1,000 experience points for that. So essentially, here we had 100 gold, and then that short bow is probably worth a couple hundred gold, and then split between 6 characters. So what happened is since we found that the magic items, that actually directly contributed to the experience pool that we get. So technically, in the first edition, if you went and grabbed a bag of loot, you did not even need to fight monsters in order to level up. Now, of course, everybody wanted to, because why? What kind of fun is it to, not fight monsters? But grabbing treasure can be very, very useful. Let's check how much money we got. 1,000 electrums, so that's like 500 gold. Assorted gems and jewelry, which we have to appraise in town. Share it. Take it. Now, experience points 1,925. View experience points 1925, 805. Oh, now what happened here is because he's a split class character. He's got fighter and magic user because he's a half elf. He splits the experience evenly between the two. And same thing with all my other characters. Yeah, 1,925, 873. And again, this is a split class character. Now, because one of the characters went down, he has a little bit less. Now, for the Gold Box Companion, you'll notice that Reynaldo and Helen both have yellow bars underneath them. That's because they have actually earned enough to go up in class. Why have the others not, you might ask? Well, in first edition, each class had their own experience table. So the others did not actually get enough to go up in level. You do not want to attack this person if you ever play this game. So blood and violence are boldly in your future. Look for friends where you expect enemies, and enemies where you expect allies. Do not attack her. Leave. Bash. Okay. Now, because I have gained some levels, especially my cleric, which is kind of important because the whole healing spells thing. We are actually going to hightail it back to town. You know what? Let's see here. What can we do here? I'm gonna put search on, and I think so. Since search takes 10 minutes to move, I think by the time I get to here, it'll be daytime. Yes. Okay, so let's see what we have. View items. Now, if we come down to this short bow and we try to sell it, let's not do that because that's going to be magical. So we are definitely going to sell the old one. And I believe these arrows are also magical because they're 50 gold pieces. No, we are not selling that. Whereas if we just tried to sell these, they're worth a lot less. Okay, she has nothing of interest. Yeah, we'll have him sell his short bow because he's not going to need. He has a magical one. Okay, he's got the better armor, so we're going to sell the old armor. Let's join. Okay, and Lilana is without anything. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to appraise. We're going to pool, and then we're going to appraise. No gems or jewelry. We should be able to appraise. Alright, we'll take 2 jewelry and 6 gems. Let's see here. 1,000 electrum, 200 gold pieces. You know what we should do? Let's have Yina buy some more darts for 1 gold. And that will join when we go to take, will give us a butt ton of platinum. Now we're still going to appraise. Come here. Appraise. I'm going to do the gems first, because the gems are actually in this game worth a lot less. So that's what I wanted to see. That should be good for now. We're going to ID this. Yes. Exit. Exit. ID that. I like this. It's some sort of leather armor +1. 400. Okay, 500 platinum. Okay. That's what I want to do. Now let's see. It's Reynaldo who is going to take 200, and Helen is going to take 200. 200. Okay, sorry about that. I accidentally apparently hit the wrong thing, and it canceled my my recording. So I had to wait till the recording was processed, and then I can restart it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to splice these back together. So there's going to be a jump in the action there for a second. Sorry about that. That's my bad. Anyway, this character wants to take 180, so we're going to exit. And what we're going to do is we're going to... let's see, I think we've got everything good. Okay, and then we share the remainder of the weapon money. Now, it does mean that Helen is going to end up with a little bit more money than some of the other characters, as is Reynaldo, because they've already taken the money, and now they are going to spend some of it. So I'm going to encamp and save on C here, and I'm going to save scum here. I'm going to admit to that. So quit to DOS, no. So in first edition, what you had to do in order to gain a level is you had to actually train. So what's going to happen is Ronaldo here is going to train. Yes. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tap T, and he's probably going to get some really crappy hit points. I'm going to save Scum, unfortunately, because you kind of it really helps in this game. Some of the later fights are actually kind of difficult. So, level 2 Thief, we're gonna do it. Yeah, and he only got 2 hit points. So let's look at his Constitution. He should be getting a +1. He got 1. He rolled a 1d6, and so I am not going to save this. I'm just going to exit to DOS. And I am not going to do any of that. You know what? I'm just going to close this down, and I'm going to restart. Yeah, you will see a part 1 for this guy over here, because I accidentally hit a key that canceled out of the entire program, and that was my bad. Load on C. Okay, we're going to jump into this thing. Yes. Now, the other reason why I'm save scumming here a little bit is because RNGesus is known to be pain in the butt for this game. So, he now has 13 hit points. Yay. You know what we're going to do? I'm going to view the character. I'm going to look at his items. I'm going to de-ready the leather armor +1. I'm going to trade it to my other thief. Because, and she is going to ready that, trade that back to Reynaldo. Select. Now the reason for that is because she is a magic user thief. So the way the hit point calculation rolls is they are going to, each time she goes up level, she rolls 1d6 for the thief, and she divides that by 2. So she can have 1, 2, or 3 hit points per level. And then when she gets a magic user, she gets 1d4 divided by 2, so 1 or 2 hit points. So, because she is going to be a lot more vulnerable for the course of the game, she is going to get the higher AC. I probably should have done that in the first place if I'd have thought about it right. So, save on C. And we're going to begin adventuring. Might as well show you what's going on in here. So this is where fighters are going to train. Now, I prefer not to do this because this kind of takes up a lot of time. I do not want to duel. I do not seek an, and so that happens every time you move through that area. It can really take up a lot of time. So clerics go through the west door. I think I'm looking through the east door. East, yes. Again, camp, save on C. I'm going to save scum because this is known to be, the RNGesus is known to be a little bit of a pain in the butt. So Helen, I'm hoping to find something around 16. Let's train. 18. I will take it. So why does she have 18? Because she has a 16 Constitution, which means she gets +2. In this edition, it's 16 Constitution gives you +2 to your health. So I'm going to take that because that's about as good as she's going to get. Save onto C, and we're ready to go. All right, begin adventuring. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get into like one more scrap, and then I'm going to call it an episode because I have exams to grade. Okay, we're going to encamp. We're going to memorize some spells because she has just gone up a level and she can now save another spell. Now, one thing about first edition is all of the clerics could memorize all of the stuff on their list, and in the actual first edition book, there's more than this, but to simplify things for the sake of getting into a computer game, they kind of just decided to pare down that spell list. But first edition clerics could actually memorize any of the stuff available to a cleric. There we go. This is one of the ways to get attacked in this area, is to... Yay! Alright. Alright, guys. You want to do this? Let's see here. I will get 5 if I put it right there. It'll be that person and everybody but connected to that tile. This guy is a thief. He does not care about hitting unarmed opponents. And neither is Lilana. All of that extra hit points did Helen a lot of good. Now, fortunately for her, she's not dying. So, yay. And that's actually the way the cookie crumbles sometimes, is sometimes the creatures just manage to get a jump on you. Now, I'm kind of a pickle here because my cleric is down. So what we're going to do is we're going to rest for 1 day. Increase. And that's what I was worried about. I thought Lilana was the one who actually had spells. Maybe I didn't memorize spells for her. Well, maybe she was the one who cast the spell last time. Okay. This is why having a little bit of ranged weaponry for all of your characters is useful, because sometimes they block themselves in. Fortunately, not unlike unlike 5th edition, you can't move through your other people's things. So, yay! All right, let's memorize some spells. Memorize, sleep. Memorize, sleep. So, now rest. Now if you decrease the number of days, this is a handy trick. Decrease the number of days, then increase it. It will put it up to, god damn. All of that banging around trying to find these guys was apparently for naught, because for some reason they choose to attack me all at once. And before, you'll notice they weren't attacking me as much when I rested. Share. Take. Okay, he is full up on treasure, so unconscious Helen can take the rest. You know what we're gonna do? Why don't we go sell a bunch of junk? Yes. A few items. Now, eventually I'm going to have enough money to not have to do this. But since I keep getting knocked down and attacked, apparently... Pool. Buy more darts to collect all the different little coinages. Join, exit, exit, and we're going to share. How much does everybody get? 18? Okay. 18 or thereabouts. A couple people getting some minor coin. Yes, we were going to say, and we'll make the person who necessitates this actually do this. So, memorize. He does not have any spells to memorize. Couldn't just get one spell memorized. Rest. Wise. Why? Decrease. Increase. Okay. Now the nice thing about paying for that is you can actually stay as long as you like. Okay, so in my headcanon is that clerics usually prefer to heal others other than themselves. There's no actual thing about that, but that's just sort of my headcanon. Well, I suppose for good clerics. Evil clerics, I expect that they would decide to optimize themselves. So I'm going to save this on C, and this is where I'm going to call episode 2. So what did we do here? Oh, ignore the fact that the fire is sort of spazzing out over here. This is because this was originally written for a CPU that had much less power than mine. So what can we expect when we come back? So these little gray bars down here are indicative of how close you are to getting a level. So it looks like Torvald will level, and then maybe Yina and maybe Lilana around the same time. So Lilana, she has you know what? No. Let's come down here and let's sort of review. Exit. In order to level up, thieves need 1,250 experience points. In order to level up to the first level, magic users needed 2,500, and fighters only needed 2,000. So he's like right on the edge. He's about to go. Now you'll notice that Solano is about halfway because he's both a fighter and a magic user, which are some of the more experience intensive. So he's got about 1,600 between combined, and so he's got some way. Now you might ask, why would you do that? Well, remember that there are level caps, so these guys are going to go slower, but they're eventually going to have both the benefits of fighter and magic user. And I don't agree with the level limits, but that's what it is. It is what it is. So eventually what we're going to do is we're going to move to the next game, and then the people who have these dual classes, they're going to go by the wayside because their level cap is going to be less than what they're capable of in that game. In this game, in Pool of Radiance, you can only go up until about 5th level, 6th level for magic user, something like 7th or 8th level for fighters, something like similar for thieves. But then in the higher level, the next game will be able to go higher, and this guy and Lilana will just be unable to keep up because they will cap out their level. Except Lilana, thief elves can actually maintain unlimited thieves. So we'll see what we do with her with the next game. And Reynolo, I believe Thief was for some reason considered to be unlimited in all for all races. What we'd call species now in the 2024 version of D&D. So I'm going to end this thing here because I've got exams to write. Exams to grade. And then we will come back to this. I'm going to hope to do this like once a day with like 45 minutes to an hour, half an hour to an hour, maybe 45 minutes. So, yeah. Signing off, and I will see you next time.